Once upon a time, by the edge of the deep blue sea, there lived a poor fisherman and his wife. They had nothing but a small wooden shack, and every day the fisherman went down to the shore and catch fish to eat. One morning, just when he was about to give up, his rod bent sharply. Something heavy pulled on the line. He gripped tight and reeled with all his strength until he finally dragged his catch onto the shore. An enormous flounder, shimmering with silver and gold scales that caught the sunlight like jewels. And then, to his shock, the fish spoke. "Please, good fisherman," the flounder said in a deep, steady voice, "let me go. I'm not really a fish at all. I am an enchanted prince, trapped in this form by a powerful curse. Throw me back into the sea, I beg you. Of course I'll let you go," he said softly, and he carefully placed it back in the water. "Thank you, kind fisherman. You have shown me great mercy. If you ever need anything at all, come to the shore and call for me." Then it dove deep and disappeared beneath the waves. The fisherman returned home to his wife, a thin, sharp-eyed woman with a mouth that rarely smiled. When he told her about the magical fish, she stared at him. "You caught a fish that could grant wishes and let it go without asking for a single thing in return?" "Well, it asked me to release it," he said. "What would I ask for?" "What would you ask for? Look at this terrible shack we live in. The roof leaks. The floor is dirt. Go back to that fish right now and ask for a proper cottage." He walked back to the shore. The sea was calm and green, and called out, "Flounder, flounder in the sea, come, I pray thee, here to me. My wife does not want what I want to be. Come and grant her wish for me." The water bubbled and swirled, and the flounder rose to the surface. "What does she want?" "A nice cottage instead of our old shack," the fisherman said apologetically. "Go home, she has it already." And so she did. A beautiful stone cottage with a thatched roof, glass windows, a flower garden, and a white fence. His wife sat inside by a warm fireplace, smiling for the first time in years. For a week, they were happy. But then, the wife began looking around the cottage with a frown. "This is too small. I want a grand stone mansion like the wealthy merchants have. Go back to the fish." "But we have a lovely cottage," the fisherman protested. "Why do we need more? Go." He went. The sea was darker this time, the waves choppier. He called the chant, the flounder appeared, and the wish was granted. Their cottage became a magnificent 3-story stone mansion with marble columns, servants bustling about, and gardens with fountains. His wife stood on the front steps in a silk dress, admiring it all. For a few days, she was satisfied. "A house is not enough. I should be a queen. Go tell the fish." The fisherman trudged back to the shore. The sea was now dark gray and rough, storm clouds gathering overhead. He called for the flounder, whispered the request with shame, and walked home through a grand city he had never seen before. At its center stood a golden palace surrounded by guards. Inside the throne room, his wife sat on a golden throne in royal robes and a jeweled crown, with servants bowing before her. Surely now she would be satisfied. But within days, the wife grew restless. "Being queen of one kingdom is not enough. I want to be empress, over many kingdoms. Go back to that fish." The sea was black as ink now, towering waves and howling wind, lightning flashing across a dark sky. He shouted the chant into the storm. The flounder granted it. His wife got her empire, a golden palace that stretched as far as the eye could see. emperors and kings bowing at her feet. The very next morning, she summoned him. Even as empress, I am not the highest power. I want to be pope, ruler of all the church. Pope? The fisherman trembled. That is surely too much. Please, be satisfied with what you have. Go, she thundered. With dread in his heart, he made his way back to the shore. The sea was a boiling mass of black water, waves crashing like mountains, wind screaming, the sky dark as midnight, though it was midday. He could barely stand as he screamed the chant into the storm. A long pause from the depths. Go home. She is pope already. His wife sat on a throne of diamonds in the largest cathedral in the world, wearing the pope's white robes and triple crown, with cardinals and bishops kneeling before her, and all the candles in the world burning around her. But that night, she could not sleep. She lay awake, staring at the candles. The sun rises and sets without my command, she thought. The moon comes and goes as it pleases. There is still something more powerful than me. When morning came, she called for her husband. I want to command the sun and the moon. I want to be equal to God himself. Go tell the fish. No, please. That is too much. That is wrong, the fisherman begged, falling to his knees. Go, she screamed, or I will have you thrown in the dungeon. He made his way back through the raging storm to the sea. The ocean was pure chaos, wind tearing at his clothes, lightning splitting the sky, thunder shaking the very earth. He stood at the water's edge and screamed with all his strength, Flounder, flounder in the sea, come, I pray thee, here to me. My wife does not want what I want to be. Come and grant her wish for me. The flounder appeared in the violent waves. What does she want? She wants to command the sun and the moon, the fisherman cried. She wants to be equal to God. The flounder looked at him with its ancient eyes. Then, quietly, it said, Go home. The fisherman turned and walked. As the path curved toward the shore, he saw it, the old leaking shack, right where it had always stood. And there was his wife, sitting in front of it in her ragged dress, staring at the ground. The palace was gone. The cathedral was gone. The crown, the throne, the servants, all of it, undone in an instant. She never asked for anything again after that, and he never went back to the sea to call for the flounder. They lived out the rest of their days in that small shack by the shore. No better off than when they started, but no worse either. Just two people and the sound of the waves.
If you loved this story, subscribe to our channel for more magical fairy tale adventures. And keep the magic alive. Until next time, my friends.